for joining this today's session, and I would like to thanks all of you for watching this video. And today our agenda is Azure Load Balancer basically, and I will work through about this Azure Load Balancer, and then we'll show you like in Azure Portal how we can create that Azure Load Balancer. And in next subsequent video I will show you live demo how we can utilize that one. So stay tuned. If you don't mind, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that in future whatever cloud related video I will create or any technology related video I will create, so that you will get that notification. And friend, if you like any other, if you want any other video, or if you like to know any other particular topic video, please put that comment in the comment section so that I will cover in my subsequent series. So let's go to our today agenda, and I hope this session will help for them who are really interested in that cloud or Azure Load Balancer. So today agenda like overview of Azure Load Balancer and why we need that Azure Load Balancer, and type of Azure Load Balancer, and load balancer like what kind of component we have, and then finally some simple architecture, and I will give some high level uh, overview or concept. So first of all, we need to understand what is load balancer. So Azure Load Balancer. Load balancer is like basically it's features in that Azure is providing. Basically, it's like uh, distributing like in the over the internet whatever request, like whatever load in the sense like how many request is coming, that request can be distributed in some sequence or some manner or some based on some condition. It will be distributed equally to your entire application in the sense like how many set, basically maybe you have some set of VM, or maybe set of app server, set of API server, or and now if you want, suppose you are getting 1,000 requests in 1 second, or particular at a moment you are getting 1,000 requests or 1 lakh requests, and that 1 lakh request you want, but if you want to like serve by using one VM, that will be very difficult, right? Now you need set of VM, that like how that set of VM and that count will be get increased and how it will be decreased, that is different topic. That is part of auto scaling. Basically that auto scaling will be handled that based on demand it will be increased like vertically or horizontally. Based on that is different topic. For how it is that VM set count, like a VM count will get increased, that app or API server, that is separate topic. But our agenda today is, suppose if you have some set of API or app server, and within that API or app server, if you want to distribute your traffic, network traffic from the public, whatever traffic you are getting, that we can transfer to the load balancer basically. And in Azure, basically that set of VM, like it's a virtual machine, and in that virtual machine only we are deploying our all our API or app server, and we can like you can configure in such a way that so that you can load balancer monitoring system, you can use that so that you can monitor your like entire setup, entire load balancer, that configuration you can monitor, like if anything is down or if anything is happening there. So there are different kind of approaches there. Then why we need that load balancer, like I said, right? If you suppose 1,000 or 1 lakh request is coming, and that 1 lakh request, if you just if you don't need the load balancer, then how it will be distributed? If you have suppose 1,000 or if you have 100 app servers, suppose, or maybe 10 app server, in the 10 app server, how you will distribute your request, right? Whatever request is coming, that request how you will distribute. So that distribution, that equally transfer your request to that all the app or API server, that basically the load balancer will be give you, like basically it's a high availability service basically, and it automatically will scale your application automatically. So that's the purpose this Azure Load Balancer. And it's not like that this can be either within within a zone, or it can be global, it can be entire zone. Within zone means like each and every zone. Suppose if I talk about like suppose US West 2 or US West East 1, if I am taking one region, in the region there can be multiple zone, like availability zone 1, availability zone 2, availability zone 3. Within that, all availability zone that can be load can be transferred, or the load can be across the zone. Across the zone, suppose US1, US is 2 to US East, West 1, or different zone. Maybe East to West, West to East. Then across the zone also you can do that. What you call that? You can manage that load. Load in the sense that request you can manage, and also that load balancer we can configure, like which all inbound request will come, which one outbound request will come. So that kind of configuration also. And like I said, that load balancer resource, right? You can monitor like what it is happening by using health props like that. We have some service by using that we can monitor the load balancer. So that's the main purpose. We need the load balancer. If I give one general example, real example, right? Suppose we all are using like Amazon, Flipkart, Facebook. We are using, right? Now suppose we are using Amazon or Facebook or maybe Flipkart. Flipkart, like in India, we used to give some like some offer like Diwali offer, or maybe in US we used to give like that Black Friday or something, some offer time, maybe Christmas or that 31st, or maybe New Year offer in US maybe is giving, right? So that time offer in the sense, like suppose we are giving some offer so that people will be more interactive, they will more use your application, right? Suppose in Diwali time you are giving some offer, okay, this mobile cost is this much, or maybe this refrigerator cost, maybe appliances, or maybe mobile different application we are giving some offer, right? So that time in across the zone in the sense, suppose think this is the India, then entire country people will be interested to buy. That time everyone is typing that flipkart.com. Then that load is like a load in the sense like how many people are using, right? That load will be increased. So now what happened, you need to distribute, right? At that time you need to we need to scale also, auto scale, like scale up also, that our application like scale up in the sense like we need to add our virtual machine, or maybe we need to like increase our, that also different thing, like how we, what kind of mechanism, either is a virtually or vertically or horizontally. Then now you increase your set of VM, your is increase your set of application like app server, API server. Now how you transfer that? Like suppose I am searching for mobile, you are searching for maybe some other application. So all load should be distributed like across your VM, whatever virtual machine, whatever app you are. So that's the purpose. This is needed basically. This is one real time example what we are using in our daily life. And there are different type of load balancer. It's like it can be public load balancer, and it can be internal. Internal is a private load balancer basically, and public load balancer, it's kind like suppose that outbound connection from your VM, for a particular VM you need outbound request or outbound connection, right? So how we'll do outbound connection? Suppose in this side VM all are the private IP, and that private IP you need to, maybe it needs some public IP. So that kind of private IP address to public IP address, that combination, that mapping kind of thing we can do. So this public load balancer basically it's a from internet, like outside your virtual network. Virtual network is a one private network, right? And your set of application inside the virtual network, that is completely private, right? Now request is coming from internet in the sense like public network. So that communication, right? Public to private, private to private, some communication. So that one kind of load balancer we can say like public load balancer. And private load balancer basically internal load balancer. Suppose you have your application, suppose think three tier, your architecture is three tier, like API, app, and your backend like a database server, right? Three tier application. Now API, from API that app should be communicated, app to backend like database should get communication, right? Now API to our app server, right? That like we have multiple API, we have multiple app server, right? Now how it will communicate? So to how it load will be distributed from API to app, that could be one internal load balancer, that is called internal or private load balancer. Or maybe your app server to database server, right? There could be multiple database, right? That also scale up or scale down according to your need, right? So that also from our app server to database server, how the load will distribute, right? That also by private load balancer, we can distribute our load balance. So these are the two load balancer basically use, purpose of use. And the now component, what all component we have load balancer, right? There could be front-end IP configuration, like either is a private or public IP configuration, and backend pool. I will show you this all the one section. I will show you where you can get, where you can see this in that portal. I will show you like how you can see this one. Okay. So like front-end IP, it's a configuration like a private or public IP configuration. Backend pool, basically backend pool in the sense like your set of VM. VM in the sense like virtual machine, like in the your set of API, set of app server, set of database server. And health pro basically is a determined health status of instance in a backend pool. Basically, suppose a backend pool means like set of app server, API server. Now you want to see like which app server, like health status in the sense like what the status of that application, is it running or is it down or is it terminated or it have some issue, that kind of health or network issue. You can see like the status of that. And load balancer rule, like a set of rule we can set like a inbound rule, outbound rule, or NAT rule. Basically there are three different kind of rule. Inbound means incoming request, like suppose you which all IP address or which all port basically can be talk to your set of VM, right? That is inbound. Outbound, right? Suppose which all IP address you can communicate from your VM to outside or maybe other VM. That outbound rule. A NAT rule, basically this NAT network address translator, like some private IP address or some other IP address to convert some IP address to other IP address. And a high availability port, basically it's this is also HA, right? HA is like a based on demand, high availability zone based on demand. So these are the some port we can define that could be high availability zone. Like high availability means based on demand, it could be serve your, like there could be some port like either it's a all or port zero. These two we are specified like a high availability zone. If you see right side friend, this like I am just demonstrating, like this is like our virtual network. Inside that we have like a business tier subnet VM, multiple VM, and we have like web tier. Like if I say like this is the API and this is the app server, then this is also multiple set of VM, right? And this web tier we have one public load balancer basically, and in from 80 port internet through internet TCP port that it's a first it's coming to the your web tier. Now web tier want to communicate like business tier. Like business tier means I said like either it's a app server and database server, right? And that internal load balancer, it will be managed which VM should go which request. And this is like a how inbound connection will be there, front end IP, and then load balancer is there and load balancer rule, and this is the set of virtual machine, right? These all are like one by architect. I am just demo showing here like how public private load balancer look like, and where the inbound rule will be located, where the load balancer rule will be located, where the outbound role will be configured. Like that I am just displaying here. Go to the next. Let's show you in that Azure portal how it will be look like. Let me go to Azure portal. Before go to I will show you here. This is the link for Amazon is providing about this load balancer overview. You can go. I will provide this description, this link in the video description, so that you can also go through that. Like I said, like public private load balancer, then load balancer, like public load balancer, then web tier, internal load balancer. Then why we need the load balancer here? They are like I said, like why we need. So these are the thing they are explaining. Then security, the security is the one good thing, friends. How it is secure, this load balancer, right? How it will be secure. Suppose this particular load balancer, if I want to show you this particular load balancer, if you see here, right, this load balancer, how it is secure. By default it will be secure. How it is now, because its entire application or load balancer, it will be inside your virtual network. Virtual network means already it is an isolated network, right? It's a private network, right? That already is a secure. Then inside that your, so it will be completely secure load balancer. So standard load balancer, it's always will be secure. So if you see here, right, the standard load balancer is built on zero trust secure network, and standard load balancer by default, because it is in virtual network. So these are the basic load balancers, open to internet by default, open to internet. Load balancer does not store custom data. These are the thing. Load balancer, again, load balancer does not store any data, like in the sense like it will not store anything. It's not like it will be cache we can maintain, or maybe we can some disks we can allocate there so that it will store data. That could not be possible basically. Now coming to this, how we will get the load balancer, right? So this is the this portal, Azure portal. So if you search here load balancer in this search section, right? LOAD load balancer. This load balancer will come here. So if you click here, here you can see like I don't have any load balancer. So if you create here, right? Click on create, and you can give your load balancer name, which is the subscription, like this is now my free tier is expired, so that's why it is disabled. And then resource group, which resource group under you want to create this load balancer, then keep the demo, suppose demo load balancer. Then either it's a standard or basic or gateway. There could be different kind of net type load balancer, right? I showed you standard is the by default, it will be zero trust secure basically. And then type of load balancer you can see here, public or internal. Internal is the private one, public. And tier is the, it can be across the regional, or it could be across the global. Okay. And then here one next tab it will come front end IP configuration, that can be private or public. And then this is the backend pool. Backend pool, you need to select which all set of VM, or it will be utilized this load balancer. Then you need to specify the inbound rule, outbound rule. Then next tab will come outbound rule. Then tag, basically by using tag you can like identify, okay, this load balancer is the QA server, or this load balancer is the report, or this load balancer who is created, that owner also you can give tags, basically that purpose we are using. So I hope I covered everything for this load balancer basic. So friend, if you have any question, please put in that comment section, so that in my subsequent video I will cover definitely that your question. And if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon, so that in future whatever video I will show you, so that you will get very fast that notification. And please share with your friend. Thanks for today's session watching this. Thanks everyone.